My name is Bria Janke, and my current role at GPAC is a little bit split between two different departments. I get a chance to work with our marketing team. I also get a chance to work with our training team, but I also work with several of our other departments in small or large capacities. I started with GPAC in February of 2015. I first heard about GPAC through a friend. I actually had a couple of friends working here at the time, some from high school, some from college, and they talked a lot about the culture and the uncapped earning potential, and a big key piece for me was flexibility that was earned through what GPAC could offer. I would definitely say flexibility was probably the main selling point for me. Money's great, right? You need money to live, and a massive earning potential sounds wonderful. But if you don't have the free time to spend that money and reap the benefits that you are then cultivating, that makes it tough. With my young son, I also wanted to have a chance to go to his sporting events and his extracurriculars. I wanted a chance to show up to school parent day and provide parent time in the classroom. And not a lot of places will allow that flexibility. And through GPAC, that was something that I knew could be earned and then capitalized on. So prior to GPAC, I worked for the local sheriff's department. And because that required so much out of me as far as my time and safety, honestly, it made a lot of sense for me to move into a direction where I could actually, be around for my family and enjoy my own personal hobbies, and then get more into a traditional schedule. So leading up to GPAC, I had no recruiting experience. I didn't know a lot about the recruiting industry, what that meant, what that could offer. So it was really exciting to learn about that once I was really in and running through a lot of the training program stuff. It was definitely something that I don't know that I was fully prepared for, but very excited to learn about. So my first year, it was a challenge, and I think anybody who has walked through our doors would tell you the same. It's a massive learning curve, and not very many people, if any, grow up thinking, I'm gonna be a recruiter when I grow up, right? You've got people who say, I'm gonna be a doctor, I'm gonna be a lawyer, I'm gonna be a firefighter, and that all makes a lot of sense. But with the recruiting world, because it's not known about, people come in almost with no expectations of what that's gonna be like. But I will tell you, year one is hard, and it's hard for everybody. There's a lot of characteristics that go into making someone a strong and quality recruiter. Thinking like the mindset, right? Do I give up easy? Am I somebody who goes the extra mile to educate myself and be self-reliant? That was a huge eye-opening situation for me getting started, just because it was so different than anything I had ever done. And I got knocked down more than once, and I kept getting up, and I think that was a huge part for me in continuing my career with GPAC, but it's the first year is a challenge. The GPAC mindset, there's a lot of things that go into it. You have to be competitive, you have to be resilient, you have to be driven, you have to be able to celebrate small wins, because it is a collection of smaller victories before you really start to experience the larger victories. So the mindset really is, you've got to go all in, and you can't be afraid of that challenge. And the hard days are what make the easy days so much more enjoyable. And when things start to click, that's where it becomes very, very fun. And a competitive person will absolutely tell you that there's a lot to be said about those wins within the sometimes brutal or grueling world of recruiting. I love our people. I love our people so much. We've got recruiters and other support staff that come from all walks of life. some that this might be their first position out of college, some that didn't go to college, some that have tried several different types of careers, didn't find a ton of passion in that, so they rerouted, found GPAC, and were able to then establish a passion in helping others advance their careers and make changes. I think there is a very special magic about what GPAC can offer as far as culture and support. Whether you're in office, which we do have our office in Sioux Falls, and not a lot of people work at the office, although I do think it would be cool for people to get to experience that. When you're working remote, you're not on an island. You're never left alone to fend for yourself. Each team has a director. On all of those different teams, there are senior recruiters who know the game and they know it well, and they're very willing to really mentor some of the newer individuals. But this place it's like a family where everybody has each other's back and everybody's gonna go to bat for someone else. They're gonna support them, and when you're down because things aren't going your way, or you've had several things that you thought were gonna come together eventually fall apart and it's super frustrating, anywhere you look and any person you call on our entire directory is gonna be there to help pick you up. And I think that is super, super important within an organization. There are a lot of companies out there that will tell you they want you to grow, they want you to succeed, they want you to take ownership of what you're doing and find a strong passion in what you're doing. But then they also discourage that when you begin to branch out and really take ownership of your role and your responsibilities. GPAC is completely different. They encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. They encourage you to grow and to learn and to take ownership, and that encouragement never stops. And if you have an idea, a quality idea that can change the course of the way someone does something, or even offering up a new tool that might be beneficial in the evolution of the recruiting world, GPAC isn't one to say, no, that's not gonna work, we're not interested in exploring that. We take all of those suggestions from our people and we investigate that. And if it's something that truly is great, we're gonna implement that into what it is we're doing. It's important in our technology-driven world to stay on top of cutting-edge tools and processes and plans. And GPAC is not afraid to take what we know, which is dang good recruiting, and then utilizing those additional new tools, implementing that together for efficiency purposes. There's just an endless amount of encouragement. And if you want to reach your next milestone, or you want to pursue additional hobbies outside of work, GPAC is going to support that. There are no limits to what somebody can do when they get rolling. On the professional side, for me, it's always pushing me outside of my comfort zone. They're very good, and working with Dave and Sandy or Chad and Ryan over the years, forcing me to learn, forcing me to grow. And while it's not always super comfortable, it is extremely worth it on the professional side. On the personal side, the support there to not have to miss out on important events of my son's or other family members, being able to get out of town for a long weekend and enjoy quiet time away. Through the years of everything that I've worked hard to strengthen in myself, and then of course giving back to GPAC in our culture and in different things that we're doing, I've always felt the support on both sides of things, professionally and personally. I would tell them to come prepared to learn, come prepared to be challenged, and come prepared to be uncomfortable, which I totally understand is not something that a brand new person would want to hear, right? They're already coming into something new, a little bit nervous and a little bit anxious. And I think those feelings are really good because it shows that they care. And if somebody cares and they put everything they've got into this opportunity, it is going to pay them back tenfold. It is going to give them a life both financially and on the flexibility side that they never imagined was possible. And I think that's something that's really, really special. So thinking about the magic within these walls, now that we're remote, fully remote, and can support that, the magic didn't have to stay within these walls. And it's been really cool to see that grow across the US. It's been a lot of fun to see that shift.